wild survival. Good friends Stewart Hughes and Rick Peterson were snowmobiling when they veered off the main trail and wound up getting hopelessly stuck. Now miles into the Utah wilderness with fresh snowfall on the way. Time is running out.
What we need to do, guys, is Eric, if you'll take your crew and go up Mirror Lake Highway.
Okay.
We need to check over in Murdoch Basin.
At first light, the search continues. Although Stewart and Rick have been missing for nearly 24 hours, the Wasatch County rescue team refused to give up. But the search is daunting. The area where the two have gone missing is enormous, and periodic snowfall makes it difficult to follow any tracks. Toward the end of the day, searchers revisit the maps, making sure every valley, ravine, and snowfield has been covered.
Always snowmobile over here, but we've covered this for the last day and a half.
You know every minute counts, and especially when it's starting to get late in the evening and you haven't spotted them yet.
After a second full day of searching and still no sign of the two men, rescue team member Gary Maxfield has doubts.
I mean, how much longer can they last out there? And we don't know exactly how prepared they are.
Stewart and Rick are going to have to spend another night in the below freezing temperatures. With the odds stacked heavily against their survival, the situation becomes desperate.
When they brought in the avalanche equipment from Alta, I realized they were going after bodies instead of live people at that point.
At the command post, spirits are down.
Another night, we didn't know what would happen. We didn't know the kind of conditions they'd be in, but we knew another night would be very critical.
After abandoning their sleds, the men realized they must crawl to make any progress through the 4-foot deep snow. But instead of heading toward safety, they were heading deeper into the wilderness.
Crawling through that snow was a very gradual process, so we had to take turns breaking trail because it was so taxing on your strength.
As the first day ended, the two men were forced to create a shelter beneath a log.
Do you think we might dig something out underneath that deadfall?
We stopped and you know, built a snow cave and spent 5 or 6 hours in that. And then we got up and we worked crawling again all day Saturday.
The second day was excruciating, especially for Rick.
My throat was swelling shut, and you just realize that your body can only go so far, and it's beginning to rebel and it's beginning to shut down.
As the men fatigued, they knew they must find shelter once again if they hoped to survive a second night in the below freezing temperatures.
The second night we kept ourselves awake. We knew that if we went to sleep we wouldn't wake up.
The morning of the third day, Rick and Stewart's bodies were breaking down entirely.
We couldn't swallow well. We couldn't stop the convulsive shivering that we were going through. And we knew that that was our last day. They were going to find us or we were going to die.
I thought there was a pretty good chance we were both going to die.
But as the sound of helicopters approached, the two men found hope.
As I heard those rotors, heard the helicopter sound, was, am I really hearing that? Is that real?
We were so weak at that point we couldn't even stand up.
Refusing to give up, Rick and Stewart beat the odds, and for a rescue team pushed to the limit, the reward of the rescue makes it all worth it.
It was fantastic. There's no way that I can express it.
Both men realized just how fortunate they were to have such a dedicated rescue team on the mountain each day.
I want to thank the search and rescue. They certainly did things that you would never expect someone to do. These guys were putting their lives on the line for my behalf.
It's a beautiful world we live in. There are great people in it, and I'm grateful that we had all these people willing to sacrifice their time and risk their lives to try and find us.